We welcome you to Ice Castle for the first ever hockey broadcast on JRM Sports, as we are proud to present Upper St. Clair and the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders on live on JRM Sports with only 2 games remaining here in the regular season for the PIHL before the playoffs begin. Hello everybody, I'm Austin Bechtold alongside Nate Breisinger as well as Tyler Zeman, the third member of our crew, joining us in just a little bit. Upper St. Clair has been powered by a fantastic first line, Nate, led by Colin Ruffner and Aaron Stowarski.
Yeah, all 3 players, Colin Ruffner, Aaron Stowarski, and Zach Hardy, all All-Stars this year. All their production, 119 points, comes from that first line. The rest, those last 3 lines, only about 20 points from them.
Now on the opposite side for Baldwin, it's really not a great last run of a couple of games. Fighting Highlanders have not won a game in the calendar year of 2023.
It's been 70 days for the Fighting Highlanders, and they need a win. They got a point 2 weeks ago against Mount Lebanon. Huge point. It's the only point separating them from being ahead of Bethel Park there, as you see on the standings right there, with Baldwin 12 points. In that overtime game, they were up 3-0, Baldwin was. Mount Lebanon came back, 4-3 victory for the Blue Devils. But Baldwin very, very struggling as of late.
Top 8 seeds will make the playoffs. Baldwin, that final spot, trying to be able to hold on with Upper St. Clair at the moment in the 6th spot. 21 total points for the Panthers. Baldwin at 12 near the bottom of the standings, with Peters Township 31 points leading all of AAA. Now for the Fighting Highlanders, as Nate mentioned, it's been a string of losses. Mount Lebanon, though, being able to gain a point, 4-3 overall in that game, but North Allegheny shellacking 10-2, and just being able to bounce back. A couple of games thrown in there that have been close, but also at the same time, a lot of lopsided defeats.
And this game is so pivotal for the Fighting Highlanders because this Upper St. Clair team is a beatable team, and Baldwin finishes with North Allegheny, as you see, another tough opponent that they just lost to 10-2. And that last win came against Bethel Park, and that's the team they're trying to stay just ahead of to squeak into the playoffs.
Baldwin at 5-11-2 overall. Now, on the opposite side for the Upper St. Clair Panthers, over 500, 10-7-1. The overall record with 21 total points. A little bit of a different outcome against Mount Lebanon for the Panthers last time those 2 teams faced off. 5-2 the victory. And Upper St. Clair overall with Cathedral Prep, the last game remaining on the schedule, that coming on Tuesday of next week, final day of February, before Upper St. Clair looks to go on to the playoffs after missing it last year.
Yeah, and Upper St. Clair looked really good against Mount Lebanon a week ago, taking care of them 5-2 on home ice. And as you see, they're right in the middle of that stretch. 5 wins they rattled off, including a 5-0 beating of Baldwin. So Upper St. Clair playing very good, and they clinched the playoff spot as they didn't make it last year. So USC starting to trend upwards.
Got a chance to talk to both of our coaches.
Coach, last time out, you guys got a win, but last time out against Baldwin, you got it done 5-0. What are you possibly looking in to key at in this game against Baldwin?
Well, I think goaltending is a strong point for Baldwin. So putting as many shots on goal as possible, just like last time. Not going to change the recipe too much that way. I think he's somebody we got to deal with.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Tyler Zeman, our rinkside reporter, with Upper St. Clair head coach Dave Stock. Coming up next after the break, Tyler will be talking to Justin Glock, the head coach of the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders, coming up next on JRM Sports.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
I'm at the top of my field, and I'm moving some of my savings into a GBU Asset Guard annuity, so I can retire when something unexpectedly great happens.
Congratulations, Brenda! You got 2 to 5 years of a locked-in interest rate from the GBU Asset Guard annuity, a multi-year guaranteed annuity from GBU Life.
I finally started that pottery store that I always wanted. Thanks, GBU, for helping me prepare for what's next.
At Pizza Baldwin, the name says it all. Try one of our pizzas, subs, wings, salads, or calzones today. We use fresh, high-quality cheese every day to ensure the best-tasting pizza in Baldwin. Our homemade pizza sauce and vast selection of toppings will be sure to leave you saying, mmm. Visit us at 5001 Curry Road at the Curry Commons Plaza or give us a call at 412-885-1005. We're also now
back here at Ice Castle before Upper St. Clair and Baldwin. Second to last game of the season before the BIHL playoffs begin in a few weeks. Our sideline reporter Tyler Zeman got a chance to talk to Baldwin head coach Justin Glock about the upcoming matchup.
So, Coach, it's been a rough skid recently, 8-game losing streak, but you did get a point last time out. What do you guys need to do tonight to kind of turn that momentum around?
We need to learn a lot from, playing Upper St. Clair earlier in the year. They have the 2 leading scorers in AAA the last time I checked, so main priority is to shut them down, and we didn't score any goals against them the last time we played, so we got to generate more offense as well. So if we do that, hopefully we're successful and able to, turn the tides and win tonight.
What particular part of their game are you looking at potentially exploiting in tonight's matchup?
Just their speed through the neutral zone, especially with their 2 leading scorers. We can't give them a lot of space coming out of their D zone in order for them to sort of back our defense off. So we're going to try to sort of slow them up, and hopefully we can generate some turnovers to get some scoring opportunities ourselves.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Back here is, let's now send it over to the third member of our crew, ringside with Tyler Zeman. Tyler?
Yeah, guys, definitely some playoff implications here tonight. For Upper St. Clair, they're already in a playoff spot, looking to build momentum into the playoffs and potentially move up higher because they're trying to avoid possibly having to play a heavy hitter in the Class 3A playoffs. But for Baldwin, in the 8th and final playoff spot, 1 point ahead of the Bethel Park Blackhawks. So for them, they need a win tonight to help control their own destiny. This is a rivalry game, as we know, but as both coaches told us during the week, their teams have to put that aside. The job needs to come first, and they need to get it done tonight. Guys, back up to you.
Tyler, exactly right. Everything at this moment is all about standings, and especially for Baldwin, Nate, being able to clinch a spot in the playoffs. What are the keys to the game on both sides?
Yeah, now some important keys to the game. We're going to start with Baldwin. They need to slow down USC through the neutral zone. Colin Ruffner, Aaron Strowalski, they can fly. Baldwin needs to find a way to slow them down. Also, Baldwin needs to find a way to stay at the box. They've really struggled and been undisciplined, and Upper St. Clair's got the 4th best power play in AAA. And then lastly for Baldwin, they need to maintain a lead. 2 out of their last 3 games, they blew big, significant leads. We're up 3-0 against Mount Lebanon 2 weeks ago, lost 4-3 in overtime. Now Upper St. Clair, they need to get on Alex Schoolbash early. They need to pepper him with shots. They outshot the Highlanders 34-18 last time they played them and beat them 5-0. Now, another important key for Upper St. Clair, they need some depth production. As we mentioned at the top of the show, that first line of Storowski, Ruffner, Hardy, 119 points. The rest of the team just 26. So they need to find some depth from their team. And lastly, they need to limit Plinta. Plinta, coming into this game, was listed as questionable. Now he's out there. He's going to play. He has 20 points for the Highlanders, their leading scorer. So Upper St. Clair needs to find a way to limit Plinta.
And for the Panthers, overall, for that first line, 52 goals combined for Storowski, Ruffner, and Hardy. Everyone else, 21 goals out of the 73 that have been scored for the Panthers this season. Baldwin has not done as great of a job offensively, 47 total goals as both teams meet at their respective nets, just about set to go before the first period of play. Underway, Upper St. Clair and Baldwin here on JRM Sports. Coming up next.
following is a presentation of the JRM Sports Network.
Back here before the start of play, Upper St. Clair and Baldwin just underway as Alex Golvash mans the net. Opposite for Upper St. Clair on the other side. The Panthers in net going with Timothy Cottrell. Currently, Upper St. Clair in the attacking end. Panthers will shoot at the left side net on the screen, and Baldwin on the right side. As puck out of play. Currently, we'll set up a face-off into the glove of Alex Golvash as Nate, our starting lines for today.
Yeah, for Baldwin, Tanner Plinda centering that opening line with Nate Buys and Joey Stanek flanking him on offense. Alex Golvash in the cage. And on the back end, you have Dean Reed and Matt O'Malley. Now for Upper St. Clair, they're starting with their top guns, heavy guns, Colin Ruffner, Aaron Storowski, Zach Hardy, and on defense, Greg Timmons, and also Rory Sheegan-Sanowski. And in net, as you mentioned, Cottrell for the Panthers.
Puck in the neutral zone. Big hit by Trevor Plinta on Timmons. As Baldwin now corrals, moving with it, Dean Reed, defenseman, the senior. Passes it off now to Plinta, and Plinta looks to pass it back, but Upper St. Clair now takes possession in the attacking zone. Back out to the blue line and swung around back over to Timmons. Timmons near side takes a shot, saved by Golvash pretty easily. Right in the front of the net, another face-off as 56 seconds have gone by here in the first period of play.
Some early zone time for Upper St. Clair, but you saw Tanner Plinta throwing the body, and that's what this game's going to be. Heavy hitting, rivalry-esque. See if the crowds get into it also. Big-time hockey right here in AAA.
McShane in the face-off against Baldwin loses it, but the Panthers now on the near side. Puck caroms over to the far side of the ice where it is corralled now by McShane. Fight for it on the far side wall. Battling in there for the Fighting Highlanders, a couple of different players, including Levi McCree. McCree sends it out. Back into the neutral zone. Upper St. Clair takes it away again. Another big hit by Joey Stanek as lots of bodies collide. And looks like a penalty coming up, potentially.
I think they're just going to call offside there.
Yeah.
But same spot with McCree, Stanek laying the boom on Upper St. Clair. So a couple big hits for Baldwin early, trying to set the tempo and the tone. But Upper St. Clair getting some early looks.
And Baldwin trying to be physical right out of the gate. They send it off. Now corrals in, gets over the blue line, far side of the ice. Gets past a couple of Baldwin defenders, still maintains the puck. Turns around and back out to the blue line. Pass around to McCarthy. McCarthy up top. Deflected a couple of times, and Golvash able to corral it at the net.
And out there right now for Baldwin, one play I definitely want to look at. Cole Reed, freshman, younger brother of Dean Reed, the defenseman for the Fighting Highlanders. He's been getting a lot of playing times, 9 points on the season, but he's got a lot of skill. He's pretty pure right now, but got a lot of developing ahead of him, but he could be an impact player in the future for this Baldwin program.
Younger brother as well, Keith Reed, who won a Penn's Cup championship as well a couple of years ago for Baldwin. Co-champions in 2019-20 and winning it in 2020-21. Deflected, might have hit the right side of the goalpost. Another play dodged for the Fighting Highlanders is now on the near side of the ice. Upper St. Clair corrals again, back out to the neutral zone, where Lizak is able to chip it forward. Other side of the ice, shot behind the net. And now corralled again by Baldwin. Moving with it, Reed. Reed chips it in front. As Logan Pack is able to get it out. Send it all the way down the ice. Race for it. And an icing called. Bringing the puck back into the Baldwin side.
And we saw there Upper St. Clair with the chance right in front. Baldwin with the clear. And last game against Mount Lebanon 2 weeks ago for Baldwin, they had trouble clearing in front of the net. A couple bad clearing attempts, including one by Will Dempsey that turned into a goal for Lebo. So Baldwin's got to take care of in front of the net as well in front of Alex Golvash.
Ruffner and Plinta on the faceoff. Has been a lot of offensive zone time for Upper St. Clair to begin the game.
It's kind of what you expected. I mean, especially with this top line out there right now with Ruffners and Saworski.
Down low, Baldwin able to take it away, though, from Hardy and Saworski. Chip down, now the Fighting Highlanders look to attack. Plinta battling for it. And the puck corral now down low. Took around a couple of times. Shot on goal. Deflected, and Now Plinta, another potential opportunity as Upper St. Clair looks to clear.
Not a bad option there by Nate Bice. Take that odd angle shot on Cottrell. Last game we talked about got way outshot by Upper St. Clair, so take as many shots as you can.
Staworski not able to get around Matt O'Malley. And O'Malley sends it back in. And then Schuster plays it.
And in such a pivotal game, I mean, there was talk of some of these top guys. All three of them, Staworski, Ruffner, Hardy on Esmark. Didn't know if they were going to play either. Dave Stock was talking to us. But they're out there, and they're going to be a big problem for the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders all night long.
Hardy challenging 4 different Baldwin players. Upper St. Clair, though, makes a change and is able to retain possession. Looks like nobody saw it as Baldwin sent it all the way down the ice. No icing ruled, though. Upper St. Clair will have to play it. Sent back in by Dean Reed. Offside's waved off. McRae can't keep it. Now back up top to Brady Zofson. Zofson sends it back in right on net. And a whistle as the puck will be sent back out. Another face-off coming as 12:59 remain in the clock here in the first period of play. No score between Upper St. Clair and Baldwin.
And so far, 4 minutes in, Justin Glock really just rotating 2 lines, those top 2 lines with Levi McRae and Tanner Plinta centering those 2 lines respectively. Saw a little bit of the 3rd line with Logan and Ben Kramer, the brothers, but nothing from the 4th line just yet for Baldwin.
So Zofson on the ice with Stanek, Reed, McRae for the Fighting Highlanders. Also out there, Cole Reed. A little bit of a discussion of where the face-off's going to be. And instead of being in the Baldwin end, ends up being a big change. Well, the face-off's going to be dropped. I wonder if there was a discussion about a potential icing.
Yeah, moving it back in the neutral zone limits that opportunity for Upper St. Clair to have a face-off play. They're very good off the face-off. Justin Glock was something that they were watching for Baldwin, watching them on tape. Very good off the face-off in the offensive zone.
So Peyton Gillespie and Levi McRae ready for the face-off, but now still a little bit of discussion, and just put it at center ice.
Why not? If you're going to have that much discussion, just stick it right in the middle.
So 12:59 remaining in the first period of play. No score between Baldwin and Upper St. Clair. Panthers win it back cleanly. Now look to attack. McRae was able to get a piece of it in the neutral zone and now sent back into the Baldwin end. Chased in now by Semenoff. Touched around a couple of times on the near side glass.
Stanek's going to get one here. Luckily got away. He's been throwing some hands, some sticks. Still going at it there with Timmons.
Dean Reed was there. Now Zofson looks to send it out. Puck caroms all the way back. Doesn't go on nets, and will be an icing called on Baldwin.
And as I said, Stanek really needs to be careful. Don't want to put Upper St. Clair on the power play. They're 4th in AAA, scoring at a 20% clip. And as we keep mentioning, that top line fuels that power play. And you don't want to put them out there on an odd man advantage.
First time that these two teams met early in the year, Upper St. Clair won 5-0. As Colin Ruffner had a hat trick, Aaron Staworski had 2 goals. Part of the powerful duo. Another shot on net, deflected away from Golvash and up into the netting.
And those 2 are the 1-2 punches in AAA. 1-2 in points, lead all players. And Ruffner, with his 25 goals, tied for first. So he's been, those 2 big-time players here leading this charge for Upper St. Clair, a team that missed the playoffs last year as they look to make it for the first time in the Dave Stock era.
Face-off one back by Baldwin, but once again up into the netting, so we'll do it again at the far side circle.
A lot of stoppages here early. Killing a little bit of the momentum if any team's trying to get any.
So 12:15 remaining in the first period. Face-off now back outside the blue line. Once again cleanly back by Upper St. Clair. Strong face-off won by Colin Ruffner. Up the boards for Hardy and now taken by Dempsey. Will Dempsey sends it back in and might have been deflected on the way there as the puck goes out of play.
Out of play down towards the security. Had to duck some heads down there.
So bring the puck back out to center ice. Tanner Plinta once again will take the face-off up against Colin Ruffner. Ruffner, fantastic so far in this game, winning face-offs. But Baldwin now, we're going to try to chip it back. Looking for Plinta. Logan Kramer couldn't find him, but now the Fighting Highlanders able to get it back into the Upper St. Clair zone. As now with it is Plinta. Polenta attacks right side, takes a shot, blocked right away. And fighting for it, the Panthers are able to clear back out. Hardy with it. Through the neutral zone. Leaves it now for Stewarski. And offside called as Ruffner didn't get back to the blue line. And another stoppage in play with 11:13 to go. Still no score.
And one of our keys to the game was that neutral zone slowdown, but Upper St. Clair was coming through that neutral zone hot, but Ruffner just a step offside. Could have been something brewing for the Panthers.
Face off one back cleanly once again by the Panthers. McCarthy sends it in. Riled by Baldwin now, and early trying to take on Upper St. Clair. A little 1-on-3 action sent back into the Panther zone now. Rowden sent back as Upper St. Clair chips it up the boards. Gets it to Lizak. Lizak has a little trouble with it. Gets a hit from O'Malley. Sends it back in. Buys is there waiting for it. And Dean Reed. Dean Reed trying to clear. Puck into the front. Lizak fanned on it. And a penalty coming up as Keller chopped at the stick of Ben Kramer. And Baldwin is going to get a chance now on the odd man attack.
Yeah, Kramer going down hard there, and Baldwin's going to get the opportunity on the power play. 8th in AAA, averaging 15.2% on the power play, but you're going to see some of their top players. Against Mount Lebanon, Tanner Plinta was able to net one on that man advantage, so we'll see what they can throw at Upper St. Clair. Try to get on the board early.
That's the 10th penalty on Dominic Keller of the year, senior forward, a fourth-line center for Upper St. Clair. As Kramer loses the face-off, right back to the Panthers. Already looks to send it out. Tipped and sent back out to center ice. Ruffner looking for Stewarski. Stewarski gets past the defender, almost scored. He got around Stanek. Good save made by Golvash.
And Stanek not usually a defender back there because of the power play.
Moving up with it, Cole Reed. Sent back out, far side of the ring. Looking for Dean Reed, goes all the way down the other end, and Ruffner has a chance at it if Golvash can't pass it away. Golvash is able to play it well, though. And now Dean Reed looking to try to get out of his own end. Reed sends it, but Hardy's right there after the deflection. Could not connect with Stanek.
Couple errant passes for Baldwin. They need to be a little bit crisper on their passes here, especially on the power play, and don't let Upper St. Clair get an opportunity shorthanded because they will score. They scored last time against Mount Lebanon on the penalty kill.
Plinta into the attacking zone. Now looks to set it up for Stanek. Also with Reed right at the blue line. Stanek sends it in. Now back out. Both Reed brothers on the ice. Cole Reed as well as Dean Reed. Cole sends it over to the front, and Stanek not able to get that one to go. Great save made by the Panthers. It was offside. Baldwin has to get out of its own end.
I don't know how much Stanek got on that shot either. It looked like he whiffed on a little bit of it.
But a good save by Cottrell. 35 seconds remaining on the penalty to Dominic Keller. Plinta has a man, connects with Cole Reed. Reed, left side, can't find the net. Got it way wide. Plinta with another big hit. Near side and lost his stick. Now Will Dempsey has it. 17 seconds remaining on the Keller penalty. Plinta chips it back in. Buys chases it down that way. Nick Buys not able to help Baldwin get possession back. Now chip back out to the neutral zone.
And coming off, Plinta looked a little shaken up. Took a little bit of a stick from Greg Timmons, and Timmons ripped Plinta's stick out of his hands.
Penalty now is over. For St. Clair into the attacking end. Big hit from Buys. Man open in the front of the net. Not able to find Semenoff. Now chip back out. Fighting Highlanders now look to attack. Ben Kramer with it. Chips it in. Behind the net. Kramer able to corral it. Gets pressured there right away by Colin McCarthy. Now the Panthers look to attack. Here comes Semenoff off the left side wing. Semenoff gets a hit from O'Malley. Able to retain possession. Chips it up to the front. The ball able to take it away again.
Good idea by Semenoff. Just no one there.
Kramer falls to the deck. Ends up hitting the ice. And another turnover as Lizak now is able to grab possession. Escape back into the offensive end. Lizak lost it, gets it back. He's looking to try to connect with Galames, but instead Baldwin, other ideas, takes it back, and now Will Dempsey chases it. Golvash at first came out of the net. Now Dempsey able to track it, chip it back up the boards. Taken away by Upper St. Clair again. And the offensive end for Galames. Puck on net. Baldwin once again looks to chip it out, and Lizak on a high stick touches it, and a little bit of staring around. Who wants to touch the puck? McRae might have. Now the whistles blow as Upper St. Clair fans yelling that McRae did touch the puck, but officials thought otherwise.
I mean, it looked close. I don't know. Definitely some sticks around there. It looked like Baldwin might have touched it, but Upper St. Clair called for it. And it'll go all the way down to the other end.
Referees didn't think so. So with 7:33 to go in the first period of play, no score between Baldwin and Upper St. Clair. I'm Austin Vexel alongside Nate Preisinger and Tyler Zeman here on JRM Sports. Baldwin and Upper St. Clair. The Panthers overall at 10-7-1. Baldwin 5-11-2. Fighting Highlanders right now, the 8th seed in the playoffs. Shot on net from Reed all the way out from the blue line. Dean Reed able to help force another face-off for Baldwin, and a good shot from the assistant captain.
A nice step in by Dean Reed there, and for what that puck was going to look like coming out, he even got it on net. Nice shot. Cottrell, though, equal to the task.
Plint on the face-off. Has Buys to his right. Plint wins it right back to Buys, and Buys not able to get anything there as it was deflected on its way to the net.
Not sure if that was the best option from Nate Buys there, shooting it right into a USC defender.
Ruffner takes a shot high over the net. Might have been touched by Golvash. Now back up to the blue line. In the hands of Timmins. Timmins sends it to the middle. Hardy spins it back over for Ruffner. Colin Ruffner up top, right near the blue line. Looking for an option. Sends it to the front of the net. Deflected a couple of times. And sent over to the far side wall, where it's corralled now by Dean Reed. Baldwin, assistant captain, behind the net. Plays it out. Man trailing all the way down the ice is Kramer. Now is able to find it. Logan Kramer chips it back in. Buys also there looking to track it. And Timmins is able to help clear for Upper St. Clair. Hardy up the wall. Here comes Stewarski. Left side wing. Stewarski looks for an outlet. Looks for Kramer. Good pass to Hardy. Hardy. Golvash able to go down and make the save.
Boy, what a play there by Upper St. Clair. Ruffner, a little nice drop feed to Hardy, and he had a perfect opportunity point blank.
Hardy that time got knocked away. Ends up going off of Plinta as Baldwin tried to clear. Now this time able to get it back to the neutral zone. Baldwin with the line change as Ruffner chips it back in and now goes over to the bench to change as well. And whistles blow from the far side ice. We'll see if we can take another look at what was going on the last shot.
Great look there by Hardy. Alex Golvash following on his back, but point blank opportunity of Hardy. Beautiful touch batch by Ruffner. Wow. Great look on our GBU Life replay. And right now, Baldwin, I think, getting tabbed with a too many men penalty. So they'll go down a man in Upper St. Clair on the man advantage.
Cole Reed will serve it for Baldwin on the top line.
Boy, those are just one of those mental mistakes you cannot have in a game like this. Baldwin trying to secure a playoff spot, 2 absolutely pivotal points, and you're taking a too many men penalty is not what you need right now.
Currently up 1 point on Bethel Park, 1 back for Upper St. Clair. Timmins with it, sends it to the front, almost deflected her into the net. Or on net at least. As now Baldwin's O'Malley on the far end of the rink. We're going to try to chip it back out.
Not a great play there by O'Malley. He was playing around with it too much in the corner, and now Upper St. Clair back in possession.
Timmins sends it. Shot on net, swung around now. As the Panthers look to try to set it back up. Up top to Timmins. Sends it to the far side of the rink and now gets it back. Timmins right at the blue line. Don't see Ruffner or Stewarski out there for Upper St. Clair. As McShane has it, tipped around a couple of times, and McShay was not able to find it. McRae, rather. Now possessed once again by Upper St. Clair.
Too many opportunities for Baldwin to clear, and they just can't get anything on the puck.
1 minute remaining on the power play. Another second chance opportunity for the Panthers. Not able to go. Upper St. Clair still able to possess the puck.
Stewarski, a great look from the high slot, climbing in, coming off the bench. And a rebound just put wide. Alex Golvash flailing to his right.
Ruffner also comes on the ice and a shot and scores. Upper St. Clair now on the board. As the Panthers able to score on the odd man advantage. And the Panthers taking advantage of opportunities overall. Upper St. Clair being able to get the goal for John McShane.
And it was just too easy for Upper St. Clair to get the puck through the lanes. And I think that's going to be Zach Hardy who's going to get that goal. Let's see, take a look. And it is Hardy from that far circle for Upper St. Clair. Now they're up 1-0, and they're very good on the power play, and they made Baldwin pay.
I think you're right, Nate. Misspoke there. So back into the Baldwin end. 1-0 Upper St. Clair. 4:40 to go here in the first period. Zofson sends it off the glass and back into the neutral zone. Played by McCarthy. Goal credited to Peyton Gillespie, rather. So Gillespie able to score his 3rd goal of the season.
Man, my bad. Mixing up 94 and 84.
Staworski is able to get one of the assists on the power play goal as well. A little challenging to see the numbers. Upper St. Clair with a bunch of different color schemes on the jerseys. As here comes Staworski with it. Staworski gets around a couple of guys and is able to draw. Looks like another delayed penalty coming up on the Fighting Highlanders. Another power play chance potentially coming for St. Clair. Now with an on-man on. Colin Ruffner with it up top. Ruffner sends it to the net. Tipped, but save made. Still another chance for Upper St. Clair. A couple shots almost on the back door. Was able to find Ruffner. Panthers still with it. 3:40 to go here in the first period. Schuster brings it around to Ruffner. Ruffner to McCarthy out of the blue line. Back to Ruffner. Now back to Hardy. Across the rink. A lot of time going off. 6 men on the ice right now for Upper St. Clair. Golvash not able to corral it, but Baldwin able to get a touch on it. And once again, the Fighting Highlanders will be shorthanded on another penalty.
And it all comes back to the speed of Upper St. Clair. Staworski flying in, trying to make a move around, and Baldwin taking a penalty. Zofson going into the box for the Fighting Highlanders. And as you see on the GBU Live replay here, a couple big saves by Alex Golvash on the ensuing penalty. And Alex Golvash has played pretty well so far in this game. Upper St. Clair getting a lot of shots on the netminder.
2-minute penalty for Brady Zofson as the puck caroms into the Baldwin bench and into the penalty box. So 7 seconds go off the clock for the power play as Zofson goes to the box for hooking.
And one thing we talked about was Baldwin trying to keep the shots down. It's currently 11-2, Upper St. Clair out shooting the Fighting Highlanders.
Hardy with it. Now swings it over. Far side of the rink. Hardy now gets it back. Looks for Ruffner. Ruffner skates in, takes a shot. Golvash might have got a piece of it. Falls to the ground again. Falls to the ice. And now Hardy will go back to track it with Ruffner.
I think Ruffner had that angle. Just one of his guys getting in the way, and I don't think Alex Golvash ever saw that.
Shot back in now for the Panthers. Staworski has it now. Staworski, middle of the ice. Back out to Hardy. Hardy now gets it back from Staworski. Up top being pressured by McCray. Hardy gets it back again. 2:17 to go. 1 minute remaining on the power play. Ruffner. Over to Staworski. Ruffner gets it back. Staworski stick tap. Gets it. Shoots. Save made by Golvash. Big rebound as it's able to be cleared from McCray, but sit back in for the Panthers. And now sent back out for Baldwin.
Tremendous job by Alex Golvash. A lot of movement on this power play between Ruffner, Staworski, and Hardy up at the top on the umbrella. But Golvash staying poised and composed, tracking each puck down.
Nick Byes was able to get it out as 30 seconds remain on the penalty to Zofson. Baldwin trailing it 1-0. Hardy is not able to find the pass and get it on his stick as Dean Reed able to tip it back to Pack. St. Clair takes it away, though, right behind the net. Far side of the ice. Another shot on net. Second chance opportunity. Fight for it in front. And here comes Plenta. Plenta in the neutral zone tips it back, and Rankin was able to take it right back from him. Now sent back into the Baldwin zone on net. And Golvash will send it back to Pack.
Great back check by Upper St. Clair, and Rankin able to pick the pocket of Plenta.
Baldwin now over.
Baldwin just not getting anything going on either end, and able to stop that power play opportunity, though.
Pass from Hurley. Shot from Kramer is deflected by Timmons. And Timmons able to send it back out for Upper St. Clair. Here comes Schuster on a 2-on-2. Chips it back in. As Dean Reed able to play it. near side of the ring. Reed lost it. Taken away by the Panthers again. Sent in front. Now Baldwin corrals a little bit of a collision for two Baldwin players near side of the ice. Get back in though for the Panthers.
Plint is skating around doing some headhunting. Seems to be a little rattled so far in this game. The captain needs to cool down a little bit for Baldwin.
Colin McFeely sends it back, deflected a couple of times, missed the net. 19 seconds remain in the first period. A little bit of miscommunication for Upper St. Clair there as Baldwin now able to clear. Plinta with the puck on his stick. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Up the left side wing. Plinta stops, shoots. Opportunity for the Fighting Highlanders, and Hurley not able to get it to go. Gabe Hurley had a wide open net, but just did not find the puck as the first period comes to an end. Upper St. Clair leads Baldwin 1-0 after 17 minutes of play. We'll go to the second period here on JRM Sports.
GBU Secure Life Insurance policies help to provide for the ones you love after you're gone. But what happens when life gets challenging while you're here? GBU Life's permanent life insurance builds cash value that you can borrow against. Optional riders cover you in case of certain illnesses, allow you to increase your coverage without additional medical exams, and provide coverage for your whole family on one policy. And GBU's community focus means you have a chance to make a lifelong difference in your community. Visit gbu.org.
At Pizza Baldwin, the name says it all. Try one of our pizzas, subs, wings, salads, or calzones today. We use fresh, high-quality cheese every day to ensure the best-tasting pizza in Baldwin. Our homemade pizza sauce and vast selection of toppings will be sure to leave you saying, Visit us at 5001 Curry Road at the Curry Commons Plaza, or give us a call at 412-885-1005. We're also now hiring all positions.
Back here on JRM Sports, 1-0. Upper St. Clair leads. As you take a look at the Baldwin Hockey Penn's Cup co-champion and Penn's Cup champion, as well as PAA State Championship banner for 2019 and 20 and 2020 and 2021. Nate, a couple of years after you were playing for Baldwin Hockey, but just an amazing accomplishment for the Fighting Highlanders hockey program in general.
And a great run since Justin Glock has been here. 6 years. They've made the playoffs 5 of 6, and deep run into the Penn's Cup. Title game halted because of COVID. They would have played Gerda Latrobe that year in 2020, and then in 2021 they were able to win the Penn's Cup and a state title.
Flip ends. Baldwin now attacking the left side of the ice. Upper St. Clair on the right of your screen as it's into the stick right now of a turning Gillespie. Back out to the neutral zone though, and tipped back by Garces. Now the puck in control of Cole Reed. Tips it back in, was looking for Buys. Buys was able to deflect it back into the Upper St. Clair end. And now Buys, good check, up along the board, and Reed sends it close to the neck, not able to find Stanek, and now Upper St. Clair controls. Left side wing for the Panthers, Semenoff. Loses it. Another big hit from Buys, and Stanek dumps it back in.
A lot of miscommunication from Baldwin here. Stanek going for a change, but was the outlet guy there cutting to the middle.
Ben Kramer sends it on net. Save made by Cottrell. Sent back over now for the Fighting Highlanders. Hurley sends it to the opposite side of the rink. Trying to connect with Nick Buys. Taken away though by Upper St. Clair again. Kramer able to take it away from the skating for Colin Ruffin. Another big hit as Hurley hit the ice. It brought on to him by Stolwarski. And now here come the Panthers. 3-on-2 emerges. Ruffner leaves it back to Hardy. Hardy with a shot. Deflects off of Golvash and up into the netting.
Big save by Alex Golvash once again, but I want to touch back on that Hurley opportunity right there at the end of the period. Had a yawning cage and could not bury it. And he only has 2 points on the season. And he really could have used that one. Baldwin right now still trails 1-0 after a tremendous opportunity to end that first period.
As we take a look now at the last save by Golvash off the blocker. Upper St. Clair's Rankin now able to control. Sends it to the front. Sends it to the middle of the ice rather. Deflects back over to Rankin. Rankin to the front. No one home. Now Tauch. Chips it back behind the net. Upper St. Clair with it. Far side of the rink. Deflects a couple of times and wide of the cage. Where Dempsey looks to try to clear. Near side boards. Tortoretti fighting there with Mac Dempsey. Both Dempsey's on the ice. As well as Tanner Matthews. Fourth line for Baldwin. Puck caroms back in the Upper St. Clair end. No icing. Waved off as Baldwin's able to make a change.
Several brother duos on this Baldwin Fighting Highlander teams. Dean and Cole Reed. You have the Kramers. Also got the Buys. So a lot of players and brothers playing together.
Stanek chipped it to the front. Reed with a chance, but Cole's shot goes wide. Now trying to find Dean Reed. Dean now takes it back. Sends it back in. McCray fighting there. Man in front is Cole Reed. It tipped in as the Fighting Highlanders are able to get it to go. Couple of deflections, and that's all it takes for Baldwin to tie it up at 1.
How about that? What a play from behind the net. Stanek looked like he was going to go around behind the net, but pivots, turns, feeds it right to McCray, who has a wide open cage. What a great play by Baldwin. Get on the board, tie this game up. You see a nice cycle here. And look at that stop up. Didn't get a great look at it, but a look at the stop up by Stanek right to McCray. This game is even for Baldwin.
So the goal credited to Levi McCray, his 11th goal of the year, to tie this game at 1. 13.5 remain in the second period of play here on JRM Sports between Upper St. Clair and Baldwin, as the Fighting Highlanders look to try to attack once again. Logan Kramer brings it up, makes a nifty move, loses the puck, and fell to the ice. Now corralled by the Panthers.
Kramer don't know if that was the best idea. Went right into the teeth of the defense and was taken down.
Already sends it for Stewarski. Now Ruffner. Ruffner back out to the blue line. Garces takes a shot and save made by Golvash.
The captain for Upper St. Clair all alone getting a great look on Alex Golvash, but Golvash continues to be sharp, only allowing that one goal against Upper St. Clair. I mean, he's faced a ton of shots, 15 so far for the Panthers, compared to just 4 for the Fighting Highlanders.
1-1 our score. Gillespie and McCray, the 2 goal scorers overall in the game. As Ruffner and Plinta will take the face-off. One back cleanly by Plinta to Zofson. Zofson sends it around looking for Buys. And now Buys up the ice. As Plinta tries to find him. Plinta fights for it and chips it back in. Logan Kramer also there for Baldwin as it swung back around to Stewarski. Fought around for and Stewarski able to take it. Back to center ice. Sent in by Colin Ruffner. On net, and Golvash decides to hold. 1-1 our score. 12:37 remaining in the second period of play. Austin Bechtold, Nate Breisinger, and Tyler Zeman alongside. Good to be with you here on JRM Sports. As we'll hear from Tyler in just a moment at the next whistle. Upper St. Clair entering today at 10-7-1. Baldwin 5-11-2. Upper St. Clair 6 in the standings. Baldwin at 8 and a shot from the blue line. Corralled by Golvash once again on the attempt from Timmons.
A couple of quick whistles. Upper St. Clair trying to break through once again on Alex Golvash, but all knotted up here thanks to that McCray goal.
Greg Timmons still looking for his first goal. Shot it right on net as Baldwin's able to win the face-off and now send it back and chip it in. Chip right on net. Cottrell able to play it back. Another big hit for Baldwin once again.
Looks like they're going to get him, though, for a penalty there.
The near side of the ice. Looked like Ben Kramer was the one who delivered the blow. Right in the corner, right by Tyler Zeman. Tyler, what do you have for us?
Yeah, guys, you can definitely tell the Upper St. Clair speed has been a problem for Baldwin, something that they wanted to try to slow down. But this speed from Upper St. Clair allowing them so much offensive zone time. But credit to Baldwin, they weathered the first period storm, and they were able to reward themselves with a goal here early in the second period.
And then the penalty right by where you were as well, Tyler. As now Upper St. Clair gets another chance on the power play. Hardy with it up top. Brings it over to Stewarski. Now Ruffner. 3 main goal scorers on the ice for Upper St. Clair with 52 combined goals. Ruffner back over to Hardy. Sends it for Ruffner. Ruffner shot on net, deflected a couple of times, fight for it, and held by Golvash.
Big time scramble right there in front of Golvash, but keep mentioning just he's playing so sharp right now, and Gillespie with another great hack at it as Golvash looking right down at the puck. Nice save there.
Had a great shot at it right in front, but Golvash in a good position to be able to make the save.
And you have to like the physicality from Baldwin. Some big hits throughout the first period, a couple here in the second, but Ben Kramer tagged for that cross-checking penalty in the corner, as you mentioned, as Upper St. Clair continues this power play.
Ruffner's shot goes wide off the glass, and Karam's all the way back into the opposite end where Hardy has to go back and get it. Hardy, Ruffner, and Stewarski still remain on the ice. No change made on the power play for Upper St. Clair with 1:12 still to go on the penalty to Ben Kramer. Hardy with it, leaves it for Stewarski. Stewarski back over to Hardy, also with Ruffner. Ruffner's got it, back over to Stewarski. Chipping at it is Kramer, as Upper St. Clair has 55 seconds remaining on the power play. Ruffner, two guys were there, Hardy and also looked like Stewarski. Gillespie calling for it in front. Stewarski now has it though. A lot of bodies in front. Hardy to Stewarski. Stewarski back up to Hardy. Ruffner on the left side, can't find him. O'Malley with the puck on his stick, and Karam's back into the opposite end as just Upper St. Clair not able to get too much going there to be able to get a good shot.
Yeah, but we've gotten a sample size of both teams' power play so far, and Upper St. Clair's puck movement is just tenfold compared to Baldwin's, and that's opening some lanes, but not there. Baldwin's staying equal to the task.
Fought for on the wall for Kramer and Hardy. And Karam's back out and chipped in looking for Plinta. Dempsey chipped it to Plinta, who now looks for Dempsey, but back outside to the neutral zone in center ice. Shot right on net, but an easy save for Cottrell.
Not sure how Will Dempsey kept that one in on the blue line, though, but Tanner Plinta was wide open there in the slot if he could have corralled it.
10 minutes remaining in the second period of play. 1-1 the score between Baldwin and Upper St. Clair. Chipped in by Schuster. Goes all the way around. No one there for Baldwin, though, to be able to take it and flying in there. Upper St. Clair's Eli Rankin able to keep it alive, but now Baldwin looking to try to take it back. And chip back in on the attempt there from Ben Kramer. Looking for Hurley on the race to get there. Upper St. Clair wins it, though, again. And is cleared out by Timmons. Dempsey looks to shoot it back in. Not able to do so. And now Logan Pack has it. Falls to the ice. Pack is able to get back up after losing his footing. Sends it to Nick Buys. Buys couldn't handle it, though. Now Timmons sends it over near side. Stewarski now sends it out on the pass. A couple different guys there. Keller sending it back in. Golvash chips it back. Looking for Hurley. Fight for it along the near side wall. Back looking for Hurley. Jagan Stanoski was there to be able to send it opposite side of the rink, but another whistle blown, and looks like we might be getting a penalty here on Upper St. Clair. Looks like Keller's going to get one. So it looks like the penalty is going to go on Dominic Keller, who already has a penalty today. So that being his second.
And a great opportunity for Baldwin to get on top. And, the one thing for the Fighting Highlanders, they're on this 8-game losing streak right now. Got a point last time out against Mount Lebanon just 2 weeks ago. But right now they're playing with some extra push, and that's what you need in a pivotal game like this.
Roughing penalty on Keller. It's one back, and Dean Reed has it. Reed sends it over for Cole. Cole Reed sends it down deep for Plinta. Also with Logan Kramer and Joey Stanek. Stanek behind the net. The assistant captains for Baldwin sends it across the rink. What a pass to Plinta, and the goal scored for the Fighting Highlanders. Great pass from Cole Reed to find Plinta with a wide open net.
Tic-tac-toe. Go the Fighting Highlanders. Great pass over to Cole Reed, and goes right down low for the Fighting Highlanders. As you see, it's Stanek to Cole Reed right down low. Who's there? Who else? Tanner Plinta, 21 points on the season. Now his 9th goal for Plinta, and the Highlanders now up 2-1 on Upper St. Clair.
What a great pass from Cole Reed, the freshman, to find Plinta. Plinta now for Baldwin with his 9th goal overall. 21 points on the year, 22 after having an assist on the first goal for Tanner Plinta. 2-1, Baldwin now leads it. The visitors in today's game, both teams play their home games at Ice Castle. The Baldwin, the visitor, against the Panthers in the second to last game of the regular season. Offsides being ruled, and Reed with it now. Everyone's set to go.
Now both teams with the power play goal, getting an opportunity and some looks. But Baldwin now up 2-1 on that big power play goal.
Hurley tried to chip that one in, but this was a step too far away from the red line to be able to wave off the icing. So back in the Baldwin end for the face-off on the far side circle.
And it's just so funny how some of those things work. We were talking about how Upper St. Clair's puck movement was exceptional on their power plays, but then we see even better puck movement from Baldwin on their next power play.
And Baldwin has capitalized off of the penalties from Upper St. Clair. And we talked about it, 10 penalty minutes on both sides in the previous game. Baldwin did not score against Upper St. Clair, and now's a golden opportunity here. Plinta tried to corral the pass. Not able to connect, though, with Kramer.
Yeah, just
Plinta
a little
to Reed.
Little too far out of the reach for Plinta.
Down low now, Kramer gets it back from Buys. Plinta in the middle of the ice, not able to get it. Buys deflected it on net. And one now back out for Upper St. Clair and Staworski. Here's Ruffner with Hardy cutting to the net. On net is Hardy, looks for Staworski. Staworski, a shot. Save made by Golvash. Looks like it was right on net. A golden opportunity for Staworski. Another shot. And Staworski not able to get that one to go. As Sheegan Sanoski sent a great pass to him. And now another golden opportunity for Hardy as he gets the puck back. Hardy down low for Staworski. Looks for Ruffner in front. Great save by Golvash.
Great response here from Upper St. Clair. Plenty of good looks.
Ruffner, another shot. That one goes up into the netting. Might have hit a couple of different things. Looked like it might have went off of the shoulder of Golvash and out of play.
Looks like it came probably shoulder, then off the post for sure, and then up out of play. But Ruffner, a couple good looks. You know, great look by Sheegan Sanowski there. Instead of looking for a shot, he goes for the shot pass, trying to get a deflection down low behind Golvash. Upper St. Clair buzzing right now after the power play goal for Baldwin.
2-1, Baldwin leads it here in the second period of play. 6:47 remaining in the second period. Austin Bechtold, Nate Preisinger alongside Tyler Zeman, the third member of our crew ringside. Fought for in the right side corner in the Baldwin end. Behind the net and sent back. Stanek tried to chip it. Pass to the front. And one now back for Baldwin to chip it back in. McCray able to do so. Taken back by the Panthers. George Garces moves it up. Off the ice. Good move to get around the defender. And might be another looks like maybe another interference penalty coming up on Baldwin as Upper St. Clair looks to attack once again. Cottrell goes off to the bench. Extra man on is Ruffner for the Panthers. We're going to try to set him up in the middle of the ice. Swung around to Garces. Garces with it. Takes a shot. Deflects wide of the net. Garces, another shot. Almost got deflected in front. Might have got deflected and away from Golvash. Garces a third opportunity. Sends it to Staworski. And Staworski a shot. Puck free in front. Still out. Not in the net. Shot this time taken. Third opportunity added and Upper St. Clair scores. A wild back and forth sequence as Joey Stanek is yelling at the referee. 4 Baldwin players there arguing the call. A stick also flew right near the blue line. Baldwin arguing the call, but Upper St. Clair able to get the goal.
And you can feel the frustration from Baldwin. Justin Glock's not too happy. He's going to have a word with the ref. And I think Baldwin might even get another penalty out of this. Upper St. Clair still might go on the power play. But what a scrum in front. And Upper St. Clair just too good to turn away as they find the back of the net.
Colin McCarthy looked like the goal scorer right there as Golvash was on the ice, and McCarthy was able to bury it on a third opportunity. Scramble in front of the net, and Upper St. Clair, third time the charm, as a discussion now at the Baldwin bench. And a penalty on the board.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Baldwin here. After the celebration was going on, someone from Baldwin shot one of the Upper St. Clair sticks out towards the neutral zone in frustration, so I think Baldwin's still going to get tagged here with another penalty.
And you could see the anger from Stanek yelling at the referee
and boy,
right after the goal. And right now, the number on the board is 37, Alex Golvash.
And boy, as you're waiting for that penalty to be called against Baldwin in the first place, it's like another power play out there for Upper St. Clair. You get a 6-on-5 opportunity when they pull the goalie, and they made them pay. It's basically like two power play opportunities. Baldwin, both times on ensuing penalties, could not touch the puck. Last time they were able to stop the play, but this time, Upper St. Clair just buzzing around the net and able to put it in was McCarthy.
Oh, and we've seen Upper St. Clair, just the puck movement, so many different occasions, as the goal officially credited to Colin McCarthy. McCarthy, the second goal for the Panthers. That's his second goal of the season now. And the penalty will be served by Tanner Matthews for the Fighting Highlanders. So we've had a lot go on in the first two periods of play here from Ice Castle. 5:21 remains on the clock. Now a tie game, 2-2. As McCarthy was able to tie it. Third opportunity for Upper St. Clair. Just being able to get the puck past Golvash. Still a discussion at the Baldwin bench, as Justin Glock having a discussion with the officials.
Justin Glock, a little bit soft-spoken, but he can get very animated on the bench. He continues to argue this call, and we saw Vince Tortoretti walk off the ice. Not sure if he even I don't even know if he's seen the ice yet tonight, but currently off the ice, not sure what the call may be. As you see there, Vince Tortoretti was tossed off the ice, not sure what that call is. I don't know if it was a bench penalty there also on him.
So the penalty goes on Golvash, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct, which puts Upper St. Clair back on the power play.
And along with that stick being shot out of the zone after that whole scrum ensued, there was a couple players, Upper St. Clair players, that were getting pushed around there in front too, so I don't know if Alex gave someone a shot.
So Baldwin able to win the faceoff back and send back into the Upper St. Clair zone now. So Hardy, Staworski, as well as Ruffner. Who else would be manning the power play for the Upper St. Clair Panthers? Staworski sends it. Garces sends it back over to Hardy now. Hardy right near the blue line, over to Ruffner. Gillespie also on the power play. Staworski with a shot. Blocker save made by Golvash. Swung around to Ruffner again. Send it to Staworski. Staworski near side of the rink to Hardy. Right near the dot. Intercepted pass for Baldwin. Sent back right on net. Could clear out attempt for O'Malley. Punta chases it. Upper St. Clair up the ice. Can't connect on a pass. Garces tries to chase it. And now Dean Reed tried to send it back out, but it goes off of the head of Logan Kramer. Went off his helmet. And now Plinta not able to play it offsides.
Yeah, try to spring Plinta head off the glass there, but just a step offsides.
Gillespie with it. Number one power play unit still out there for Upper St. Clair. Garces with it. Baldwin fans looking for an offsides. Not there, though. As here comes Plinta. Plinta gets past a couple of players for Upper St. Clair, now slows it down. Plinta tries to send it to the net for O'Malley. Now Garces has it. 30 seconds remain on the penalty on sportsmanlike to the goalie, Alex Golvash.
Great play by Hardy down low. O'Malley was there looking for the redirection, but Hardy, not even a defenseman, able to get the stick on stick.
Another big hit there from O'Malley on Gillespie. Gillespie now gets it. Skates up the right side wing. Gillespie dumps it back in. 14 seconds remain as McRae tried to send it out. Made, though, by Timmons. A good play to be able to save it and keep it in. Ruffner takes the pass to Timmons and keeps it. Ruffner now to Timmons. Timmons with a shot. Deflects a couple of times off the glass. The penalty now over. Matthews served the penalty for Baldwin. And back out onto the ice. Back at full strength. Upper St. Clair still possessing with it now. Back up top. Galamas deflected in front. Puck behind the net now. Upper St. Clair still able to corral. Looks like Gillespie, I think it was, might have got hit up high. Rather, Galamas did. Now a scramble and a fight for it right near the Upper St. Clair bench. One back to O'Malley. O'Malley tried to chip it up the boards. And now one to Buys. Buys with McCray. Can't find him. And on the stick of Timmons. Fought around a couple of times. Now Reed. The Reed shot goes wide. Zofson tries to save it. Zofson keeps it in. Down low to McCray. Tried to find Nick Buys. Buys fighting for it. Chips it a couple of times. Chips to himself. Buys looking for McCray. Scramble once again. Fight for it. And now Buys. Buys with an opportunity. Throws it in front. Hurley, second chance opportunity after fanning on the first attempt. Sent it back out to Will Dempsey. Fans on that shot attempt to send it back in. And now Brady Zofton will chase.
Boy, Hurley a couple times in this game already. Great opportunities. He just needs to be a little bit stronger on the stick right there in front. Great look for him.
1:50 to go. Now 1:46 as icing is called. Joey Stanek was not able to get a touch of it to prevent the icing call.
And I have to say the one thing that's been so evident for Upper St. Clair in this game is they're so dangerous as they're so good with the puck control. And after Baldwin went up 2-1, it's been all Upper St. Clair buzzing around that offensive zone. I mean, controlling most of this game at this point.
McFeely was able to win it, but McCarthy not able to save it from going back into the neutral zone. Now Shigan-Sanofsky. Chip back in from Rankin. Behind the net, Golvash opts off to play it. Still attacking with it. In front, scramble for it in front of the net. And the whistle blown as Alex Golvash was able to cover with 1:20 to go.
Boy, and you can see with that penalty and a couple of other things going on with Alex Golvash and net, the frustration that's been going on, and a bit of a late whistle there. It looked like Alex had it for a little bit before the refs were able to call it, and you can see Alex talking right now with the referee, and you take a look here at the GBU Live replay. He has it there for the most part, and the ref's a little bit late to blowing that whistle.
It's been a pretty chippy game between these two rivals, and in conversation, leading up to the game, two teams pretty much talked about how, it is a rivalry game, but that is not one of the main things that are on their mind, especially with the standing so critical. Only one game remaining after today.
Yeah, and Upper St. Clair trying to climb up the standing another spot, and Baldwin just trying to make it into the playoffs.
Reed with it. Tried to send it out, but with it is Stewarski. Stewarski chips it in for Hardy. Hardy from Ruffner, a shot. Might have went off the shoulder of Golvash. Another second chance opportunity, and a save made by Golvash. Good save at that for Golvash on the shot from Shigan-Sanofsky.
And Ruffner, the sharpshooter he is, tries to pick off Alex Golvash, and a little stunned there by the shot. A little late to responding to the other side, but able to get over there and make a nice stop as well on the responding shot.
Ruffner, Hardy, and Stewarski on the ice. Face-off one, though, back to Dean Reed. Buys tried to chip it out of the zone. Not able to do so. And now Logan Pack, the extra defenseman for Baldwin. Tried to chip it up the ice, but now Garza sends it back in. Stewarski, near side, sends it to the front. Not able to connect with Ruffner. And now Cole Reed chips it back out. And another icing called.
Now Baldwin has not lived much in the offensive zone much in this second half of the period. You saw them playing well coming off of the quick break in between periods. But now it's been basically Upper St. Clair, and Upper St. Clair tying this game up at 2.
2-2 our score. As Colin McCarthy scored the last goal. Seen a ton of penalties in this game and a lot of power play goals as well. 28 seconds. Pack trying to chip it off the boards. And now that'll play. Hot shot on the puck as it was sent out. Deflected off of McCray's stick.
Almost looked like that was going to come up here. Getting ready for it.
It's almost a souvenir. Not baseball season yet, but Got to be able to make sure you have your hands out there to make a grab.
Got to be ready for it. We're pretty close here to the ice here in our setup at Ice Castle.
Ruffner with a shot off of Golvash. Hardy chips it back behind the net. Stewarski lost his helmet, and another penalty coming up.
Hey, maybe you should have clipped his helmet.
As Stewarski was on the ice for a little bit. Looked to be in pain as well at first, and looks to be okay now as he slowly goes off to the bench. 10.5 remaining, 10.5 seconds in the second period. Another penalty, as there's just been a ton of minors on both sides. Minor penalties.
2 pivotal points on the line for Baldwin. They're not really helping their case, but a late penalty call there by the nearest ref. He watched that play happen and then threw up the arm a little bit late as the helmet came off of Stewarski. Nick Buys is going to go to the box for 2 minutes, and a little bit of an argument on whether or not it's going to be a 2 and a 10, and I think that's what's going to be the case for boarding. So 2-minute penalty for Nick Buys and a 10-minute misconduct is what will be the call, but they'll stick with the 2 minutes on the board, and Nick Buys will be off the ice here for quite a while until deep into the third period.
And Stewarski didn't seem like he saw it coming as well as he went into the boards, and we'll see if we have another look at it. As Buys right there pushes Stewarski. His head did not go into the boards, went more so into the glass when his helmet ended up coming off.
Yeah, and it looked like more of a perpendicular hit there by Nick Buys into the back. Not really a, stick cross-check, a normal typical boarding, but they still got him, and I think it's when the helmet came off that the referee really, felt there was a need to call that penalty.
Ruffner's face-off went right back into the upper St. Clair end, all the way back to end the clock on the second period. 17 minutes gone in the first, 17 more in the second. We'll take a break for intermission. 2-2 the score after 2 periods of play. What a game it's been. Power play goals telling the story as these two teams remain tied up. And we'll go to the third period coming up after a little bit of a brief intermission here on JRM Sports.
I'm at the top of my field, and I'm moving some of my savings into a GBU Asset Guard annuity, so I can retire when something unexpectedly great happens.
Congratulations, Brenda! You got 2 to 5 years of a locked-in interest rate from the GBU Asset Guard annuity, a multi-year guaranteed annuity from GBU Life.
I finally started that pottery store that I always wanted. Thanks, GBU, for helping me prepare for what's next.
At Pizza Baldwin, the name says it all. Try one of our pizzas, subs, wings, salads, or calzones today. We use fresh, high-quality cheese every day to ensure the best-tasting pizza in Baldwin. Our homemade pizza sauce and vast selection of toppings will be sure to leave you saying, Visit us at 5001 Curry Road at the Curry Commons Plaza, or give us a call at 412-885-1005. We're also now hiring all positions.
Trump Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
GBU Secure Life Insurance policies help to provide for the ones you love after you're gone. But what happens when life gets challenging while you're here? GBU Life's permanent life insurance builds cash value that you can borrow against. Optional riders cover you in case of certain illnesses, allow you to increase your coverage without additional medical exams, and provide coverage for your whole family on one policy. And GBU's community focus means you have a chance to make a lifelong difference in your community. Visit gbu.org.
2-2 as we go to the third period of play. Baldwin and Upper St. Clair in a chippy game. The game has come down to power play goals on both sides. Tanner Quinta, Levi McCrae, both with goals for the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders. For the Upper St. Clair Panthers, Peyton Gillespie. In the goal to tie it, Colin McCarthy, the defenseman, able to find the back of the net on third opportunity for the Panthers as Alex Golvash has made a number of saves. Upper St. Clair has been everywhere on the offensive attack surrounding Golvash, as Baldwin was able to score on this occasion for McCrae. A couple of different goals. Tic-tac-toe to Puenta to put Baldwin in front 2-1 before eventually one chance, two chance, three chances. Colin McCarthy eventually was finally able to find the back of the net for the Upper St. Clair Panthers. Let's send it now to Tyler Seaman, the third member of our crew ringside, for a report about what we've seen in the first two periods of play.
Yeah, guys, a very physical first two periods between these two teams. Both power plays coming alive in the first two periods of play, being able to convert. But we still have plenty of questions to be answered in this third period. Can Golvash continue his solid play in goal? Can Baldwin cope with the speed? And do they possibly have another twist in the tail in this third period? Still a lot to be answered. Back up to you guys.
Yeah, I think that's the case too, Nate. There's a lot of things to try to be able to sort out. We saw a 10-minute game misconduct as well called on the Fighting Highlanders. A lot of different things that had to plan out, but penalties has really been the story, and both teams being able to capitalize on them.
Yeah, and Upper St. Clair will be on the power play to start this period as Baldwin continues to go into the box. Nick Buys with that 10-minute misconduct. He'll sit for a majority. Good. And Upper St. Clair, only two penalties on the night, but Baldwin 8 times been found in the box.
A minute and 50 remaining as we begin the third period of play. But first, let's take a look at the other matchups today in AAA. Seneca Valley at Central Catholic, Mount Lebanon at Pine Ridgeland, Cathedral Prep at Bethel Park. Cathedral Prep will be the next opponent for the Upper St. Clair Panthers. Baldwin will take on North Allegheny, but first doing business against Upper St. Clair here at Ice Castle. So 17 minutes to back on the clock. Begin the third period of play. 2-2 our score. Baldwin currently 8th place at 11 teams in AAA. 1 point ahead of Bethel Park. Baldwin with 12 points, Bethel Park with 11 points. And the top 8 teams will make the playoffs. Only one game remaining for Baldwin and Upper St. Clair. The Panthers, the 6th seed right now in the standings. Baldwin will face North Allegheny coming up next. North Allegheny 11, 5, and 3 overall with 25 points. For the Upper St. Clair Panthers, taking on the Cathedral Prep team right behind them in the standings. Cathedral Prep with 20 points, Upper St. Clair with 21 points. The Panthers 6th right now in the AAA standings, and still a lot could change before the start of the playoffs.
And you know, as they say, Baldwin right now controls their own destiny, and it's right here in front of them. This game is so important and pivotal. 2-2 game, Baldwin has an opportunity to win it, because that next game versus North Allegheny is going to be a tough test, losing 10-2 the last time they played them. So it's right here, right now for the Highlanders.
So a minute and 50 on the penalty to Nick Buys still remaining. For the power play, under the command of Colin Ruffner. 25 goals on the season. Also with Staworski and Hardy, as Staworski has it. Outside wing. Chips it around. Garces back up top to Hardy. Minute and a half remaining on the power play. Back to Hardy. He couldn't corral it though. And the puck caroms back into the USC end. Plenta chases him back as Hardy circles around the net. Pauses and keeps it after the fake to Ruffner. Up the ice. Staworski sends it in. Ruffner chases. Ruffner tried to send it to the front, but fanned on the shot. O'Malley trying to get it out. Chipped it to himself. And is able to play the puck and send it all the way back in deep. Great play for Matt O'Malley to be able to clear.
Smart play by O'Malley. He had an opportunity to move it ahead on a 3-on-2 chance, but opted for the dump in.
Hardy up the ice. Over the blue line. Now to Ruffner. Ruffner near side of the ice. 41 seconds remaining on the penalty to Nick Buys. Stewarski to Ruffner. Stewarski gets it back. Stewarski a shot. Golvash first chance at it. Puck still loose as it caroms back now to the neutral zone, and Hardy will play it.
This time Baldwin able to get that clear out there. As you saw on that McCarthy goal last period, big scrum, they were able to capitalize. This time Baldwin, great clear out.
Stewarski once again with it. Sends it over to Ruffner. 9 seconds on the penalty. Hardy up top to Ruffner. 4 seconds. See if St. Clair tries to get a shot off. Ruffner decides not to. Back to Stewarski. And back on for Baldwin. Stewarski chips it out as O'Malley fell to the ice. Just lost his footing.
And O'Malley did a tremendous job on the penalty kill unit there. An all-star this year, AAA all-star. Was showing it there on a great penalty kill opportunity. He can't even get on the bench, falling down over there.
Plinta, McRae, O'Malley, and Golvash, the all-stars for Baldwin this year. For Upper St. Clair, Stewarski, Ruffner, Hardy, and Greg Timmons, all making the PIHL AAA all-star game. Semenoff now with it. 14 and a half to go in the third period of play in a 2-2 game. Now Lizak. Lizak tried to chip it back in, and Baldwin looks to take it back away. Joey Stanek chips it in. Has McRae with him. McRae now takes it up against the boards. Being pressured there by Semenoff. Now a play for McRae off the blocker of Cottrell.
McRae can just lift that puck a little bit off the ice. I think he has a great opportunity to score there. Cottrell focusing down low.
Dempsey with a shot on net. And now puck caroms back, and will be an icing on Upper St. Clair as Baldwin starting to try to ramp up the pressure on the USC netminder.
And McRae, like we just mentioned, a great look walking through that slot area. Prime scoring opportunity there, but Cottrell, a beautiful save there for Upper St. Clair.
2-2 game in the third period of play. Austin Bechtold, Nate Preisinger, and Tyler Zeman with you on JRM Sports. As Tanner Plinta will take the face-off. One back, though, for Ruffner. Stewarski with Hardy. Lost it. Now back into the hands of Brady Zofson. Zofson, puck right on net as Ruffner was able to force the turnover. Golvash with a glove save on the opportunity from Hardy on the quick shot. Golvash read it the whole way.
You know, it's not been easy for the Highlanders over this long stretch of 8 straight losses, and their backbone has been Alex Golvash, and he continues to look really sharp in this game as he continues to be peppered by Upper St. Clair, and Zofson not helping the cause there with a bad turnover down low.
And overall, 28 shots on goal for Upper St. Clair compared to only 10 for Baldwin. McCarthy over to Garces, now down low. Chipped around and tipped out by Pack. Pack tried to find Buys. Not able to do so now. And now tip to McCarthy. McCarthy with Hardy on the opposite side wing. Chips it in. Ruffner looks to chase. Pack also there. One back to Baldwin and Plinta. Plinta gets it out all the way down the ice. No icing called as Buys is able to help track it down. Buys loses his footing as Nate Buys out there. Nick Buys still serving the 10-minute misconduct. Shot on goal from Reed out by the blue line. Chipped around. Buys able to save it to Plinta. Plinta got hit pretty hard and now is able to still maintain the puck. Plinta now back and corralled by Stewarski. Stewarski for Hardy. Hardy with Stewarski cutting in the net. Looking for Stewarski. Tipped away from Golvash. Reed behind the net. Dean Reed shapes it back, but Upper St. Clair keeps it. Shot is blocked. A couple of guys were there for Baldwin, and looked like coming off the ice, Nate Buys holding his hand might have blocked the shot with his hand.
Yeah, things still being very chippy here. A couple big hits, but that's what's going to be expected going down the wire.
Timmons throws it to the net, almost deflected, but right on Golvash as John McShane tipped it into the body of Golvash, who was able to hold with exactly 12 minutes to go in the third period.
And Upper St. Clair trying to take this lead right now. Baldwin seems like they're taking a little bit of a step back, but So you see here another great look on the GBU Life replay. Alex Schoolbash off the deflection makes the save.
Shot back in, and O'Malley on his stick is able to try to force it back out. Able to do so now. Chipped up a couple of times. And sent from Cole Reed, now back in from St. Clair. Golvash sends it back around looking for O'Malley. O'Malley there with Dempsey, the defense core. Well, Dempsey tries to chase it down. Now behind the net. An open opportunity in front. Tips around a couple of times. Who has it? Net comes off. And the whistle blows as we'll have another face-off. And Upper St. Clair just continues to be completely active around the net and force multiple different opportunities to try to score. That time it was Benjamin Semenoff who had the golden opportunity.
Wow, once again, Baldwin just turning it over right in front of their net. I think that might have been McCray that left it right there in prime scoring opportunity for Upper St. Clair. And Alex Golvash, once again, great response, staring that one down, making the save.
And McShane also there. So overall, for Baldwin, just not able to get the puck out of its own end. Garces now as the number one line comes back on. Hardy tried to tip it in front, almost got to Golvash, and is saved now from Garces. Sends it into Stewarski. Stewarski tried to chip it in front to Ruffner. Hardy on a shot. Stewarski sends it all the way around, and it might have just carried him right past Golvash, all the way to the opposite side of the crease.
That went right through the goal mouth as Stewarski threw that in front. Couple bodies right there, and love to get another look at that one. Stewarski just turning and releasing a shot, looking for bodies in front for a redirection.
It could have hit anything. Golvash, a skate, a loose stick, anything to potentially go in, but just went right past everything as we take another look at it. There's the opportunity in front potentially from Ruffner, and Stewarski, it just went right past the line, but not across.
Tremendous look there on the replay, and Hardy wasn't even ready for it. And you're in front of that net, you got to have your stick down, ready, looking for that loose puck.
Andrew Galames chases it down. Nate Bai is there to force some pressure. Now up to Hardy. Hardy looking for Ruffner. Able to chip it in, and icing is ruled, so not able to get a stick on it. Colin Ruffner. 10:37 remaining, still a tied game. And the face-off in the Upper St. Clair end. So goal scored by Levi McCray and Tanner Plinza for Baldwin. And on the opposite end, Peyton Gillespie and Colin McCarthy. McCarthy the goal to tie it up at 2. To leave us knotted up where we are at the moment. Kramer tried to send it for Hurley. Spun around and onto the stick of Lizak. Schuster sends it back around.
Have to say Ben Kramer doesn't get a whole lot of time, but still makes a difference out there. A bigger body, good reach. Making some plays out there for the Highlanders.
Dean Reed has it. Off the glass, off the boards to himself. Was looking for Kramer. And St. Clair sends it back in. Golvash able to help slow it down for Zofson. Once again off the glass. Lizak tries to save it. Back out again. Not on nets. Way off to the boards and another icing. Let's send it now to the third member of our crew ringside, Tyler Zeman.
Yeah, guys, obviously this next goal is huge for either team, but this Upper St. Clair coaching staff harping to their players the next chance, next opportunity. They know how big this next goal is and potentially feel like the floodgates could open if they can get this crucial third goal.
And they've been the ones that have really had the main offensive attack really throughout this entire game, Nate.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot from Stewarski and Hardy. Ruffner's been a little bit quiet lately. We saw that one off the crossbar in the second period, but look for Ruffner. They're going to turn to him down the stretch here in this game, in this tied game.
Stewarski comes off the ice, slams the door as Semenoff comes on, slams the door of the bench as Bies slams into the boards as well. Nate Bies takes a fall, and Pack tries to chip it back out. Ruffner with a golden opportunity, sends it back out to Garces. Ruffner gets it back. Near side boards. Spins it over. Ruffner, a shot deflected off of Golvash and corralled by Will Dempsey. Dempsey tries to chip it out and is able to get it back to the neutral zone, where it's played by McCarthy. McCarthy with Ruffner and Semenoff. 3-on-3. Ruffner. 9.5 to go in the period. Ruffner sends it over. Semenoff now looking for Dempsey to try to take it away for Baldwin. Upper St. Clair able to corral it. Garces keeps it in. Off the boards, another battle for it. Shot from Hardy, and a save made by Alex Golvash.
Hardy's such a key element for this top line of Upper St. Clair, and he's a sneaky player. He lingers around, and whenever the puck's free, he's right there, and with a great opportunity, great save by Alex Golvash on the flip end.
McShane, Gillespie on the ice right now for Upper St. Clair. McShane will take the face-off. Also out there with Eli Rankin. As Gillespie tried to take it, O'Malley chips it back, but gives it right back to Upper St. Clair. Trying to send it out. Timmons not able to keep it in, an opportunity for Baldwin. Joey Stanek trying to chase it down. Not able to do so. Tipped out well from Shigan Sanowski.
Just not enough speed there from Stanek. He would have the step, but not enough speed there.
Puck right in front of the crease. Sent back out from O'Malley. 8.5 to go. 8:35 exactly as we get another icing. So a 2-2 game. Still a lot of time left, but Nate, what are you seeing right now overall for both ends? Upper St. Clair continues to just ramp up the pressure. What does Baldwin need to do to try to counteract it?
You know, Upper St. Clair really pushing right now, and you need to rely on, as I mentioned, Ruffner is the guy for Upper St. Clair. You need to see Tanner Plinta make a big play here. He's their guy they're going to count on to score here down the stretch.
Stewarski hit the ice, and the battle for it is won back for Stewarski. Stewarski for Galames. Looking for Stewarski, can't find him. Galames had a shot off the side of the cage. Now Plinta moving up within a 3-on-3 for Baldwin. Plinta chips it in for Nate Buys. Upper St. Clair takes it back though. Now Plinta up the boards. Plinta chips it in. Down low pack. Hits the ice. Rather Buys, I should say. Nate Buys battling down low, and also Plinta there. Galames and Plinta run into each other. And now up the ice for Hardy. Hardy and Ruffner. Looking. Shot made. Now Hardy tried to send it back in front. Buys tried to clear it. Almost threw it right on goal. And Baldwin just content to have another face-off as Logan Kramer sends it all the way down the ice. And another crisis that was avoided for Baldwin.
Yeah, and Hardy tried to look for a little bit of that Stanek-McRae play that led to a goal for Baldwin. Try to go from behind the net and force it out front for Upper St. Clair, but to no avail for the Panthers.
So Lizak will take the face-off with Schuster and Rankin, his wingers. Face-off one for Lizak. He's got it. Being pressured there by McRae. Lizak again. Tried to send it back in. Rankin. Chip back up now, and now here comes Baldwin on a 2-on-2. Stanek with Cole Reed. Reed has it. Chips it out to the front. McRae not able to get a shot off. And on the opposite end comes Upper St. Clair on a 2-on-2. Timmons. Not able to find a passing lane there. It went off of Golvash, and the puck corrals up into the netting and sticks in between the netting and the glass.
And right now, Baldwin and Upper St. Clair going punch for punch right now. Couple 2-on-2 opportunities each way, and a tied game here, a lot different from that first time around that these two teams faced off. A 5-0 easily handled game for Upper St. Clair, but Baldwin playing a much tougher brand of hockey right now, much more physical. But right now, one thing that Baldwin's really hurting them is their clear-out attempts, but a good one here.
8-3 in shots. The Panthers with the advantage here in the third period of play. Under 7 minutes remaining, still tied at 2. Pack has it and looked to try to send it around. Not able to do so as Upper St. Clair corrals. Ruffner stands in front of the net, but Baldwin now with Plinta trying to escape another offensive opportunity. Plinta able to do so. Gets it out to center ice. Plinta, nice move. 2-on-2 emerges. Has Buys with him. Plinta with a shot off the glove side of Cottrell. Rather the blocker side of Cottrell. Still able to make the save. Now here comes Ruffner. Ruffner with speed. Loses the puck. Dean Reed now playing it. Reed gets it back to Ruffner. Hardy. With Stewarski. Top line back on the ice for Upper St. Clair. Up top to McCarthy. McCarthy with a shot. Save made by Golvash. Long rebound. Goes out to Reed, and Reed looks to clear. And another long shot all the way down the ice for another icing.
And once again, Upper St. Clair looking for that redirection right in front. As I believe it was Staworski going towards the net, but great defense there by Dempsey. Able to take care of the stick going towards the net. Another play avoided for Baldwin.
Mitch Tortoretti takes the face-off back out there. And won by Baldwin. A 3-on-2 emerges. Dempsey gets hit into the Upper St. Clair bench. And offsides is called. Tortoretti with Ben Kramer on the ice, as well as Will Dempsey out there for Baldwin and Gabe Hurley. Kramer looks to try to chase it down. O'Malley also out there as Dempsey chips it off the boards. Semenoff helps keep it alive. Upper St. Clair chip and chase. McShane was there trying to battle for it. And O'Malley takes the hit and tries to keep possession of the puck. Two defenders there for Upper St. Clair. Man comes to help him. That's Tortoretti. Chipped off the glass to Kramer. Off the boards to Kramer, rather. And here comes Tortoretti, tipping it in. Goes on net and held by Cottrell.
And Baldwin head coach Justin Glock opting to go for these third and fourth line forwards before making the change, but able to get an offensive zone faceoff there. And with 5 minutes left in the game, something you don't hardly see from Justin Glock ruling those deeper lines, but he does go with that look and now able to get an offensive zone faceoff for the top line.
Top line out there, McCray, Reed, and Buys. As Upper St. Clair now moves with it. Chip and chase looking for Schuster. Schuster and Zofson there, tipped away from Golvass, now behind the cage. Schuster fighting there, sent back out. Galloway up top at the blue line, tipped away by Stanek, and now Rankin tries to corral. Dumps it back in. Lizak was not able to get it. Chip now to Cole Reed. Kept alive, though, by the Panthers again. Good play there by Garces to keep it. Now Zofson, though. High off the glass to the neutral zone. Galloway tried to tip it away, and a hand pass, the ruling. The halt play with 4:36 remaining in the third period. No goals scored here in the period after having 3 in the second and 1 in the first. First goal scored by Upper St. Clair, 2 from Baldwin in the second period before Upper St. Clair was able to match. Who might get the deciding goal, potential deciding goal here with 4 minutes and change still to go?
And Baldwin, they'll give back Nick Buys after serving that 10-minute misconduct, so look for him to be another factor for the Highlanders back on that top line with McCray and Cole Reed.
Dean Reed chases with Hardy. Top line out there for Upper St. Clair. Falling to the ground was Dean Reed, but there was a reason because of it. A penalty coming up on Upper St. Clair. And going to the box for the Panthers is Colin Ruffner.
And Colin Ruffner's a little bit of a Mr. Do-It-All, so losing him for 2 minutes right here. Very important. You can see right there on our GBU Life replay, a great look of the trip down on the far end. And Baldwin's going to go to the power play for just the third time in this game. Upper St. Clair's got ample opportunities, but Baldwin 1 for 2 on the power play this evening to look to strike again. Try to take the lead here with 4:19.
And Ruffner also with 6 shorthanded goals on the season as well, so a force anytime he might be on the ice. Face-off, though, 1 back for Upper St. Clair. And Staworski moving with it. With Hardy, Staworski on the far side boards. Looks for Gillespie. Pass was intercepted by Reed. Now Cole Reed moves up with it.
And boy, Gillespie was wide open there.
Now Dean Reed loses it as almost able to keep it Staworski right by the net. Now back to Baldwin and the Fighting Highlanders moving with it.
And you have to be careful if you're Baldwin chasing on the penalty kill. You don't want to even things up with another penalty of your own.
Sent back in once again by Upper St. Clair on the penalty kill. Strong job by Gillespie, and the Panthers is 1:17 remain on the minor penalty to Colin Ruffner. Plinta now to Buys, and sent back once again on another clear. Golvash, long pass to Plinta. 1 minute remains on the Ruffner penalty.
Baldwin really struggling here to get anything set up. And with a prime opportunity, you have to find a way to break in and set up, and let's see if they can do it now.
Stanek with it. Has Reed behind him. Cole Reed, one of the first line forwards, takes a shot. Deflected by Cottrell. Another second chance opportunity at it. Reed a shot from the point, not able to get that one to go. Went wide. Chase down now. Reed trying to save it. Might be a tripping penalty, and it should be, as Rankin fell to the ice. And trying to keep it alive, Cole Reed, the freshman, trips Rankin and will go to the box himself.
In an act of desperation, Cole Reed trying to keep that in, taking down Rankin. I mean, it was a hustle play, but we're going to get called for that every time, as Rankin looked like he would have had an opportunity going up ice as well for Upper St. Clair. And there's that even up call there we just mentioned, and we'll take a look here on the replay. There's Cole Reed with the dive, trying to get after the puck, but got the feet.
And a pretty easy call there as Reed goes to the box for 2 minutes. Still 32 seconds left on the penalty to Ruffner. So 4-on-4 hockey until about a minute and a half will remain for Upper St. Clair on the power play once the penalty expires to Ruffner.
And a lot more ice out there for both teams, but Upper St. Clair opting to go with Semenov and Lezak. Don't have Ruffner or Stanowski out there.
Semenov with it. Gets past a couple of different defenders, and Lezak was down on the ground. Almost had the puck right by his glove. And now Baldwin, though, with Nick Byes back out on the ice. Sends it over to O'Malley. 2.5 to go in the third period of play. Still tied up at 2. 4-on-4 hockey for another 10 seconds. Long pass up to O'Malley. O'Malley corrals. Look to chip it back to McCray. O'Malley not able to find him. And I'll set back up for Lizak. Lizak on a 2-on-2 as the penalty is now over to Ruffner. McCarthy as Ruffner is back now on the ice. McCarthy looking for Ruffner. Ruffner's got it, a shot, and he scores! Colin Ruffner wide open. Right at the circle. Near side of the ice, able to bury one past Golvash and give Upper St. Clair a 3-2 lead.
And you can't script that any better for Upper St. Clair. Ruffner serving the 2 minutes, but he comes out of the box and they find him with plenty of space, and he doesn't make a mistake with it. Capitalizing all alone, as you see here. Ruffner beating Golvash as he falls awkwardly to the ice. Upper St. Clair takes the lead.
Colin Ruffner with his 26th goal of the season, now with 45 points to his credit. And a timeout called by Baldwin. 2:07 remaining. 3-2 the score. Upper St. Clair now leads on the Ruffner goal.
I'm at the top of my field, and I'm moving some of my savings into a GBU Asset Guard annuity, so I can retire when something unexpectedly great happens.
Congratulations, Brenda! You got 2 to 5 years of a locked-in interest rate from the GBU Asset Guard annuity, a multi-year guaranteed annuity from GBU Life.
I finally started that pottery store that I always wanted. Thanks, GBU, for helping me prepare for what's next.
At Pizza Baldwin, the name says it all. Try one of our pizzas, subs, wings, salads, or calzones today. We use fresh, high-quality cheese every day to ensure the best-tasting pizza in Baldwin. Our homemade pizza sauce and fast...
Back here with 2 minutes left to go. 3-2 the score. Colin Ruffner able to bury home his 26th goal of the year. And now Staworski has an opportunity. Past Golvash, he scores! What a move by Aaron Staworski. Shake and bake past Golvash, and Upper St. Clair takes a 4-2 lead.
You can put that straight to the highlight reel. Staworski just walking in. Oh, dancing around the defenders. Looks like he's going one way, goes to the backhand. Absolutely dazzling goal there from Staworski. He'll get a penalty also on the celebration, but nonetheless, Upper St. Clair up 4-2 with 2 goals in a matter of just seconds for the Panthers.
Aaron Staworski, take my breath away with his 20th goal of the season, now with 44 points. As him and Ruffner have been the top 2 point scorers in all of AAA hockey. And continue to add on more points today. 4-2 now the score. And a penalty was assessed to Staworski on the celebration, but at this point might be a little bit too far out of reach, with that being a very critical goal for the Panthers.
And Baldwin has kept it close all game. I mean, 2-2, they were up 2-1, But that 1-2 punch in AAA, Staworski and Ruffner, big-time impact players. And Upper St. Clair now up 4-2 thanks to those two.
So Baldwin with a lot of work to do with 1:50 to go, trailing now by 2. Dean Reed with it in the corner. Corner boards is able to get it out. Now send it long up the ice. McCray calls for it. Pass doesn't go that way yet. Now Stanek. Stanek with a shot. Deflected right off the shot and blocked. And now Plinta. Plinta back out to Dean Reed, who sends it back to Plinta. Plinta down low for Stanek. Stanek tried to chip it. Now Plinta has it back. Plinta takes a shot. Deflected off the mark. And a couple of players tangled up. Stanek's
going to go here.
And Stanek has been going at it the whole entire game with a couple of different Upper St. Clair Panthers. Can't see who it is. I think it's Hardy. So it's Hardy with Stanek on the ground as still trying to be separated by the referees. And Joey Stanek has been very visibly frustrated all game and very vocal with the referees, especially before the Golvash minor penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct on the goal that was scored by Colin McCarthy.
And this has been, a tremendous game throughout the course, and you hate to see it take the turn, but 4-2 game, Baldwin their frustrations are boiling over. Stanek has been frustrated by Hardy, Greg Timmons all night, and, you can see it from the start here, down low. Stanek just gets involved. You can see right there some pushing and shoving with what I believe is Hardy. Yes, it is Hardy for Upper St. Clair. And two guys in the box for both teams right now.
In a 4-2 game that Upper St. Clair has pulled away in, Staworski and Ruffner with goals in practically a minute to be able to put this one out of reach. And it's a party in the penalty box on both sides. 2 in the box for Baldwin, 2 in the box for Upper St. Clair.
Most likely those penalties are going to be offsetting between Stanek and
Plinta's still in the box.
And they have Hardy also in the box, so we'll see how they're going to call the game right now.
It sure looks like it. As everybody is coming off the ice, Plinta still with a little bit of words for the referees and being told to go off to your side. And Upper St. Clair, the official winner of this game with 1:14 to go in the third period. Game now being called.
And Justin Glockton just not a happy coach right now. It was 2-2 just about 5-6 minutes ago, but Upper St. Clair netting 2 goals, and they'll go to the handshake line and got to be careful here. But the story of the game, Baldwin needed some points here to stay ahead of Bethel Park, and game looked like it could have went to overtime, but Baldwin no points in this one, continue to stay just 1 point ahead of Bethel Park, who plays later this evening with a 9 o'clock puck drop against Cathedral Prep.
4-2, Upper St. Clair wins it. We'll take a short break. You'll be back with our player of the game here on JRM Sports. Just the Panthers won it by 2. Back here on JRM Sports, 4-2, the final score. The Upper St. Clair Panthers advance to 11-7 overall. 11-7-1. Baldwin drops to 5-12-2. As Tyler Zeman is standing by with our player of the game, Aaron Staworski, with a nifty shake-and-bake goal on the backhand. The goal of the game. He's our player of the game, number 32 for Upper St. Clair.
I'm here with the player of the game, Aaron Staworski. Aaron, obviously that fourth goal just was the icing on top of a great performance, and your 100th career point. Kind of just talk about what went through your mind, what happened on that play.
You know, I just got the puck and then dangled the guy and took it to net. I think we played hard all game. You know, I just got to thank my line mates and our team, our coach, getting us motivated between the second and third. You know, we came out hard.
Yeah, so obviously in that second period, you guys were up 1-0, and then Baldwin came back, put 2 in on you guys. But the adversity, you guys have been through it all season, and you came back again. Kind of just talk about the adversity of this team.
You know, I mean, we were up 1-0, 2-0, and they came back. You know, our team was down, but I believe in our guys, and our coach rallied us between the intermission, and you know, we came back hard.
All right, Aaron, thank you, and good luck on the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tyler, with Aaron Staworski, and a great nugget there, 100 career points as well. Staworski, his 20th goal of the season. As we mentioned it, 52 goals coming into the game for Staworski, Ruffner, and Hardy combined, that top line. Ruffner scores, Staworski scored, and Hardy was involved with everything.
Yeah, those three have been the bread and butter of this Panthers team, and Staworski, you'll see it right there again. Absolutely beautiful goal. Put the icing on the cake, and Baldwin was still in it there. It was a 3-2 game after the Ruffner goal, but Staworski able to take down Baldwin, and as this game ended a little bit early, as Upper St. Clair winning 4-2.
Up next for the Upper St. Clair Panthers against Cathedral Prep on Tuesday, February 28th. That is 6 o'clock puck drop. Final game of the regular season for the Panthers, who now have 11 wins on the season. Now for Baldwin, still clinging on to that final spot to make the playoffs. The 8th seed right now, facing North Allegheny on Monday, February 27th at a 7 o'clock puck drop as Baldwin closes off the regular season at the Barrel Ice Complex coming up to begin next week. 4-2, Upper St. Clair defeats Baldwin. We want to thank everybody that was able to make this broadcast, our first hockey broadcast. Great production with Jake Mislicic, Ryan Mylan, Gio Bonity, our replay technician, Zach Bitchoff ran the main camera, Evelyn Wren on the wireless camera with Harrison Piddle as well, Corey Berger, our PTZ cam operator, Joey Bonity, our scorekeeper. For Tyler Zeman, our ringside reporter, and Nathan Bryson are going to be along with you, buddy. From high school to college, here we are for hockey. I'm Austin Bechtold saying so long from Ice Castle. The final score, the Upper St. Clair Panthers win it 4-2 against Baldwin. Have a great night as the Panthers advance to 11-7-1 overall. Baldwin drops to 5-12-2. Baldwin, 1 game left against North Allegheny. Upper St. Clair will face Cathedral Prep as the regular season winds down in the BIHL. Thank you for watching here on JRM Sports.